Incremental design. When you're developing a software product and you don't have all the requirements right up front, you need to work with the changes and an ever-changing environment. So it's rather important that every time that you are introducing a new feature into your software, you actually take some time to look at the design, at the software architecture of what you're building. And this should be done on a daily basis. In 1960, Barry Baum stated something similar to the cost of fixing defects rose exponentially over time. And this applies to basically everything we do in software engineering. Because if you introduce a defect or a bug, you don't do it on purpose. But if you take too long to actually remove the defect and correct the bug, you will be augmenting the cost of doing this if you continue to augment the lines of code that you are adding to your product. So it will make it very hard to look for the bug if you're simply adding new code. Most economical design strategy. Make big decisions early and defer all small-scale decisions until later. When conducting the development of a software product, you must ensure that major issues like the framework, the technological framework, for instance, is quite well addressed since the first line of code, but the details, something similar like the color of a specific label or the roundness of a button on screen, could be considered small-scale decisions that could be easily taken when the time comes to take that decision. Changes are as costly as defects they can be. Whenever you introduce a change, if you haven't thought of your software architecture, it might be harder to introduce that change. So yes, that change could actually cost a lot. But another aspect is that whenever you introduce a change in your software, you are probably introducing some new defects as well. Keep the design investment proportional to the needs of the system so far. There are different goals for a software product. There are critical systems. There are systems that directly interact with human lives and need to address specific concerns related to safety, for instance. And it's more relevant for those type of systems the need to address the risk of introducing change and to actually remove a found defect. When you're doing incremental design, you need to take extra care for what you're doing. Architectures of agile development tend to be a mess. So when doing this incremental design where you're adding up layers of functionality over one another, be sure to eliminate all the duplication of your code, simplify the system ASAP, and refactor. All of these aspects are rather important if you want to achieve a good software product that is easy to maintain.